Yours.
Anyway, Carl, tell us about this movie, please.
Tell us about which movie?
I'm not doing this, all right? You know good and damn well what movie I'm talking about.
Damn! My best laid plans foiled.
Exactly.
No, of course, we're talking about Up, and Up is freaking awesome. It's the new Pixar film.
I would dare say that this is probably their most mature movie. And it's still a family film. It's still rated G. But within the first 10 minutes of this movie, we get the story of this guy named Carl, who starts out as a kid. And he loves exploring. And he meets this girl as a child. And within the next 10 minutes, we get them growing with each other. They get married. And I'm not ruining anything here because eventually he has to deal with his wife dying. And one of the things that they want to do together is they want to travel. Now, if I'm correct, one of the places they want to go is South America.
Well, no, they wanted to go to South America, and when they were kids, his wife always dreamed of building a house on top of these famous falls that their favorite explorer set out to explore, and they wanted to go there, so he decides he's going to take his house and put his house on those falls just like she wished.
This was out of an act of desperation, too, because the home he has now is about to be taken away from him. He realizes, I've never fulfilled the dream that my wife had of traveling and building his home. So he just, like overnight, blows up 1 million balloons, ties them to his house, and the house up and floats away.
Typical white people.
Yeah, I was going to say, so she dies and he has a nervous breakdown. I'm just saying, your wife dies, so you naturally say, okay, I'll strap a bunch of balloons in my house and fly to South America.
Instead of buying another house, he blew all of his money on balloons.
The bank comes by for their mortgage payment, and they're like, we're looking at 3 mortgage payments just in balloons right now.
Yeah, you f***ing fool. And you know if he had gone in the wrong airspace, the military would have taken his ass out too.
Honestly, he could have sold it for just under market value, made a tidy enough profit to fly there in style and buy a villa because the rate of the dollar is so much higher.
Oh, shut the f*** up. It's a kid's movie. Here, we're introduced to a whole new character and a whole new series of characters that we haven't really gotten to know in the second half of the film. It's so f***ing funny.
He ends up with a stowaway, a little young Cub Scout. And, of course, being a Pixar film, they have to have a character for kids to
So he doesn't rape the Cub Scout?
No, man. No, he does not.
He was like a former priest or nothing. No, Scoutmaster. All right.
What kind of movies do you watch,
I don't know. That's what I got from the trailer. I thought that was
they're in the house and the old guy's like, no one can hear you now.
Well, kid, this just ain't your day.
No, but when they finally land in South America, they have to walk their house across this plateau.
They first run into this exotic bird with this personality of its own that begins to follow the little kid around. And then, out of the blue, comes this dog. And you think you hear a person at first talking, and you think it's the owner. It's the collar on the dog talking. And this dog, whatever he's thinking, is translated through the collar.
You're talking about is Doug the dog. And Doug the dog is the main dog character. And there's a whole mess of other dogs. And everything with the dogs is just gut-bustingly hilarious.
In South America. This sounds like some Nazi experiment.
Ed Asner is the voice of the old man. And if there's anybody going to get to play this character, he does it perfect. He's known for being crotchety, even when he was in his 40s and he was on Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah, Ed Asner was old even when he was young.
That's a fool that ain't never been young, but he does old and cranky well, so good for him.
This is all about coming to the end of your life and thinking that you've accomplished nothing. And starting to kind of come to the realization that, you know what, I did lead a really good life and I had my own adventure, and that life is an adventure.
The directors here, Bob Peterson and Pete Docter, they have proven that you don't have to talk down to kids when approaching sensitive subjects and themes in a family film, such as death, and even to a large extent, growing old. The result is not only my favorite Pixar movie to date, but this is right up there with some of the best movies that I've ever seen. This is proof that not only is film an art, but storytelling itself is an art. And for anyone in love with that art form, especially people who love animation, this is truly a better-than-sex film. I would even go as far as to say that there are certain adult audience members that could go see this without having to be in the company of a child. I think it's that good. You can even see it in something like the marketing. You got your little plush dog toys for the kids out there. Then you got the old dude, Carl, out there pitching Viagra for all the old man out there. It's genius.
Make it real.